Hello, everybody. Hi, Fluidgirl here. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Let's Get Spiritual, the power of sound. I'm so excited to be discussing this topic tonight, as sound healing has been a large topic in my world lately as I've been revamping it. As things are starting to awaken for me, I'm starting to open up myself again to doing sound healings, coming out of the pandemic and coming out of being a new mom. It's been so delicious getting back into this world of, sound bowls and drumming and singing and medicine songs, and I've missed it so much. So I've done a few sound healings. I just did a sound healing at Yoga Flow a few weeks ago. It was great, so good, and they asked me to come back, which is very exciting. I'm going to be doing another sound healing at Yoga Flow in San Francisco, and that is going to be on Sunday, April 17th at 6:30 p.m. if you want to go. And I have a sound healing that I'm doing here in Sonoma County in this area called Sebastopol. Found a great little spot, and I'm going to be doing it this coming Saturday, April 2nd. At 2:15 p.m. and I'm already sold out. So exciting. My first event in person since 2020. I had a spot here in the area, and I was doing fairly regular sound healings once a month, and then the pandemic kicked in and boom, there you go. So excited to be doing this again and to be sharing about sound healing and all of its amazing properties. Not necessarily sound healing, but the power of sound. We're going to be talking about all kinds of really fun things tonight. So if you are here, pop in the chat, say hi, let me know who's watching. And just so you know, I do have a 20-second delay. So if you say something, it's going to take about 20 seconds for it to get to me. But I am watching. I have a little computer screen here, and I have my phone down here, so I will not miss any messages that you send me or any comments. So please feel free to ask questions, or just let me know you're there. I love to know that people are there. So, welcome. If there's any new people, again, my name is Fluidgirl. I do a once a month talk called Let's Get Spiritual. This is my Twitch channel, and you can see here, there's a Fluidity live DJ set. I'm also a DJ. I do DJing every other 2 weeks on Thursday night, and I'm doing my next set this Thursday, so not tomorrow, but the day after. And it starts between 8 and 8:30. I start all of my DJ sets with a guided meditation in the beginning. We've been doing a lot of prayers and intention settings around. Hi, Lou. Oh, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Yay. Hi, Flailing Moose. Yay. I'm so glad you're here, too. Thank you all for letting me know you're here, because, you just see the number of people that are on. You're like, are those actual people, or is that really the truth? So it's nice to see comments of people coming in. So, hi, Raven Jen. Yay. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here half asleep. Well, this will hopefully help you ease into your rest and sleep tonight. So anyway, I do DJing. I do a live DJ set, and it's been going about 2 hours. That's about all the energy I can muster after a whole day momming and doing a bunch of mom stuff. So anyway, so come to that. It is tomorrow, Thursday, the 31st of March. And please come. It starts between 8 and 8:30, and I'm going to be playing some really good, like, electronica and some house and a little bit of ambient breaks this week. So please come and check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And again, I do a guided meditation and prayer in the beginning. So, I got some new followers. Miss Heidi SF, welcome. Miss Looster, welcome. Please come say hi. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Let's Get Spiritual. So, tonight's topic, we are going to be talking about the power of sound. And if you guys can't hear me, sometimes I've been noticing as I go back and I listen to some of my talks, the music is too freaking loud. So please let me know if the music is okay, if you can hear me okay, or if the music's too loud, because I think sometimes I'm hearing it okay in my headphones, but then when I go to listen back to it, I'm like, oh my God, that sound is way too loud. So please let me know. So again, thank you for being here. And I have some sound equipment here. This is one of my bowls. Okay. Let me just turn this music down entirely. Okay. This is one of my bowls that I actually got from Thailand. You can see a Buddha inside of it. Okay, isn't it so cool? This is actually for the crown chakra. And my husband and I got this while we were traveling in Thailand. And this bowl, when we bought it, the man was incredible. He had such education on these bowls. And he was teaching me about how to use it and how you can actually put your mouth up to it while you're toning it and like go wah, 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 and like do these really cool sounds with it. So I'm going to be playing this bowl in a second so you can hear it, and I'm going to sing to you a little bit, all right, just so you can get an idea of how I sing. But tonight, what's going to be really fun. Okay, great. Thank you for saying that, Raven Jen. I appreciate the feedback about the volume. Thank you so much. What's going to be fun about tonight when I sing to you is I have an effects machine. So if you come to see me for my sound healing on Sunday, this is definitely not going to be the sound that you're going to hear from me singing. But it was so cool the way it sounded that I just wanted to bring it in tonight to start off the night so we can kind of have this beautiful frequency together, and it'll give you an idea of kind of how I do my sound healing. So we'll start that in just a minute, but this is one of my fun bowls that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. And I have a drum that I'll be sharing with you later too when we're getting to test out sound. This is my beautiful, isn't she beautiful, buffalo skin drum. Had her for quite some time, so I'll be doing some drumming later just so you can see how it feels on your body, what it feels like to have an animal skin drum beating for you. So these are some other instruments that we'll be using, but I've also recorded. Why I have my tractor, my DJ system up, is because I'm actually going to be using my system to play some sounds that I've downloaded off the internet, just so you can kind of feel them in your body to see how your body kinesthetically feels. Like, and you can track in your body, like, ooh, that sound does this to me. Because we're going to be talking about all the ways that, not all the ways, but some ways that sound can affect you, and so you have more of an idea and an awareness about how sound is such a powerful tool, and while we're drawn to it, while we're repelled from it, that type of thing. So it's going to be a fun journey. So before we get started, let's go ahead, and I'm going to do the bowl, and I'll do a little bit of singing for you, okay? And it's going to be a little bit of toning, that's all. And while I'm doing this, just close your eyes. Oh, and welcome, Bean Orjo, am I saying that correctly? Oh, these online names are so funny. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. But either way, welcome to Let's Get Spiritual. Okay, so I'm going to do some toning and with the bowl with some effects, okay? And just kind of close your eyes and just see how this feels in your body when I do this for you. And if you feel inspired, please share what you felt after I'm finished. And again, there's a 20-second delay. So if you don't get a response from me right away, if you ask a question or whatnot, please know that there is a 20-second delay. That's kind of how I set up my Twitch stream. So I will get to it, I promise. Okay? All right, everyone, so go ahead and close your eyes. All right, everybody. That was a little taste of some Fluidgirl sound healing. So let me know what you think, how that was for you, how your body felt while you were receiving the sound. I need to move my chair forward. Hold on. Oh, that's better. Okay. Yeah, so just send me a little message. Let me know how that was for you, what it felt like, where did you feel it in your body. This is the idea of what this talk is going to be about tonight, because I have found such value in becoming truly kinesthetic with sound and frequencies and music, because they affect us all the time. People's voices, sounds that you hear in the world. When we hear a siren, it's like, ugh. For me, it kind of was like, ooh, but some people are really drawn into it. So everyone has a different response. So it's just about, oh, hi, Brooke. Yay, I'm so glad you're there. Thanks, Brooke. Yeah, everything has a frequency to it and a resonance, which we'll be talking about in just a moment. And it really, it affects us. So this is the idea of this talk. Oh, good. I'm so glad Brooke said it felt soul healing. That's the point, girl. I love doing this work. So thank you for sharing and saying that, Brooke. Okay. So real quick, some background on me with sound and healing. And again, if the music is too loud, please let me know. Okay, I can turn it off. It's just if it's just too much if you can't hear me. Okay. And if you're just joining, welcome. This is Let's Get Spiritual. It's a once a month talk on spiritual topics. And I am sharing once a month around spiritual things. And tonight is about the power of sound. So welcome. Oh, Raven Jen says, wow, wow, wow. Your voice was so enchanting. My body felt lightened by it in my lower half. I'm lying down. Yes, I love that, Raven Jen. The beautiful connection with the lower body. Oh, I'm so glad. And thank you for saying that. My heart is so warmed. Okay. So again, a little background on me with sound. When I was really little, my mom was an incredible singer. She was like a hidden talent. She never did anything with the singing, but she used to sing so freaking good. She was in opera when she was young, and she had such a vibrato. That's like the vibration, the in the voice when they sing the vibration at the end. She had an incredible voice, and she used to sing around me all the time. When I was a kid, I was always surrounded by music. I was born in the mid-'70s, so I was always around like an epic 70s music, and her always singing to it. She loved Barbra Streisand. That was like, and Barry Manilow. Those were like her favorites, right? And she always was singing those songs. And Barbra Streisand, she's got an incredible voice, and my mom could match her. That's how incredible she was. So for me, being around sound and singing and music was a big part of my life growing up, and we were dancing and stuff too. So hence me, dancing and singing later in life, of course, because that was my environment growing up as a kid. So fast forward to 2002, 2003, when I moved to the Bay Area, when I started to do my healing work and started to do my clairvoyant training. I was naturally sort of drawn to spiritual topics, and I found this one talk by Dr. Wayne Dyer where he was talking about a meditation called Japa. It's Japa. Some of you may or may not have heard of it. And Japa meditation is a form of manifestation meditation. It's using the sound of Ah, which is the sound of love, or the sound of Om, which is the sound of earth, okay? And in this type of meditation, you do a prayer. He said you can do a Lord's Prayer like Our Father who art in heaven, but you can use any two words that you want to use with this meditation. I would use like Supreme Being. So what you do in this meditation is you go in between the words, the space in between the words, like say Supreme Being, and you go into the space and you chant. And you chant like the sound of Ah over and over, and you think about the things that you want to manifest. And this particular type of meditation, it was incredible. I was making things happen like crazy. Really powerful meditation. Look it up on YouTube, Japa, Japa. If you want to practice a new meditation and using your voice and sound, especially if you want to open your throat, incredible way to do it. And I'm telling you, y'all, when I would do this meditation and do the manifestations or the intentions with it, things were happening. It's powerful. And that's the power, again, of sound. And when you have intention behind it, it can be really, really incredible. So I loved this meditation so much that I was... Oh, I know, Raven Jen, Dr. Wayne Dyer, God bless him. God has blessed him. When he died, I was like, oh, Oh, he's so incredible. He was one of my first spiritual teachers. Like, love that man. But I love this meditation so much that I was inviting all of my dance friends, because I was really in the dance scene when I first moved here big time in the Bay. And I was inviting all of my friends together, and they knew how spiritual I was, and I was always talking about spiritual stuff. And I would invite them over, and we would do these circles, chanting together. We would chant Ah, we would chant Om. I would kind of guide it and then have people do their intentions, their personal intentions, and then we would do collective intentions. And these circles were so powerful. When you gather people together to chant, and especially when you harmonize together, it is like you'll feel chills in your body, your cells will allow, you'll get healed, basically. And I was doing these fairly often, and they were just so amazing. And I've actually been thinking about bringing them back because they're just so incredible. It's just like a beautiful kinesthetic feeling. And what's really cute is that yesterday I started teaching my daughter, who's 2.5, almost 3, how to Om, and she wants me to do it with her all the time. She loves it. So a part of us also intrinsically knows these sounds. They're ancient. They go way back. I mean, look at the yogis. They've been doing this for centuries and centuries. These sounds of Ah and Om, and this has been a part of religious cultures and spiritual teachings and practices for who knows how long, truly. We may not even know. And I've also heard this idea, and I believe it I believe it, that we're made of light and sound. That is our soul, right? The physical is mass, but our spirit body is made of light and sound. So when we do, say, light work, energy work, and we do sound healings, it's like you start to remember a lot of this stuff, and it awakens all types of things in your body. And again, when used with intention, it's really, really, again, the power of sound. So that's one of the ways that part of my history, how sound started to open up for me. And then when I went to an energy work school and also massage school called the World School of Massage in San Francisco, the type of body work that I specialized in was called vibrational healing massage therapy. There was 4 layers to the work, and one of the layers of training to the work was sound healing. And you would actually use toning to heal areas of the physical body where you would kind of intuitively feel like, oh, there's some stuck energy there, or there would even be like some physical, like muscular tension. You would use the sound of vowels like A-E-I-O-U, or whatever sounds were coming to you, and the more weird that you could get with the sounds, like doing things that were very awkward actually moves energy. Even if it makes you feel like, oh, I don't like that, it gets the energy to move. So I was learning about sound, starting off with japa, and then going into my training, the vibrational healing massage training, with using voice to heal. And if you think about the movie Dune, if any of you guys have seen the movie Dune, and if you're just joining, welcome. This is Fluidgirl for Let's Get Spiritual. We're talking about the power of sound, and right now we're talking about the idea of using our voice for healing. But the movie Dune, do you guys remember when he starts taking the spice, and then he starts to use his voice to move, like, and he like moves, I just got chills. He moves energy with his intention and with his voice. So this is a part of who we are. We can do this with our voices and our sounds and our toning. We can heal. We can move energy. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further, this was not even in my notes, but this is where my intuitive guidance is coming to tell you all, is that the pyramids were actually made by sound. They were moved by sound. Have you all ever heard of this theory? So, I mean, how else are they going to move those blocks? So there was ancient technology where they used sound frequency to move and build the pyramids, and all the other, if not all of them, like Chichen Itza, like all of those places that are ancient that we're still sort of in the mystery of, but that's some ancient technology. So this is the power of sound and how we can really use it for incredible things, even to build ancient structures that have lasted this freaking long, okay? So, moving on to me, or back into my history rather. So I started learning, the energy work school, using sound to heal the body. Then I started doing plant medicine journeys. And when I was doing my plant medicine journeys, in the sound journeys during the ceremonies, they would have bowls, they would have drums, they would use their voices, they would sing Icaros. And what was happening for me is that my voice started to wake up. And I had not really sang probably ever since I was a child. And I was in chorus when I was in school. And I just kind of let go of it. Things, it just it wasn't a super drive for me. But when after the plant ceremonies, if you've ever done that work, it starts to wake up all kinds of things. I started singing. Bowls were coming. I had a ceremony once where I was awakened to drumming, which I never knew I would ever do in my life. And here I am now, still years later, drumming. So crazy. And singing, doing medicine songs with this. And so that's another layer that opened up for me, which then opened up into the sound healings, which I've been doing now for, I would count it, it's almost since 2015, 2016. I can't believe it's been that long that I've been doing this work. So sound has been around me with healing intentions for quite some time. I would say when I was in school, even when I was before that, it was probably almost 20 years. It's so crazy when I was using it for intention. But now it's, again, morphed in form. Like here I am DJing. And what I'm realizing is why I feel I've been guided to do DJing now. It's been over 2.5 years, almost 3, that I've been DJing. Is that I bring a healing frequency when I'm DJing. And the sound, it likes to move energy, and I'm just part of the portal. I'm realizing that I am evolving my sound frequency, my own personal frequency of sound. I believe we all have a resonance in sound that we all sound like, and maybe it sounds different at certain times. Whatever I am putting out now, it wants to come through yet again, another portal, another sound healing frequency. So I'm just allowing it to move and shape as sound does, and I'm very excited because I love electronic music. I have ever since the early 90s. I'm an 80s kid, been around, all the early 80s electronic music, so it just evolved for me in that way. So here I am now doing the same thing. So just morphing in form, and I look forward to see how it continues to morph in form. So so I was just basically talking about how we're made of light and sound, and when you hear music that has a resonance with you, it really can move all kinds of energy for you and bring inspiration, and we'll go into more detail around all that stuff later. But let's go to the definition of sound. What is sound? Sound are vibrations that travel through the air or another medium that can be heard when they reach a person or animal's ear. Sound is produced by continuous and regular vibrations as opposed to noise, because noise, it's just like static, which I have one of those sounds we're going to listen to later, and just to see how it affects your body. I have it on a recording. We're going to listen to it. So we're going to get to see how that affects us too. And you'll get to see the differences of like, ooh, what that sound is, and like what that sound is and how it makes me feel. And, kind of tying back into sound being a healer, think about it when you're a child, when you're born. Your mother, your parents, whoever your guardians are, they sing to you. They sing lullabies. I am a first-time mom, and I really understood even more the power of your voice, especially with your own child, and the healing effects that it has with the particular being that you basically birthed. Even the father or whoever the guardian is that, helped create this child, that the voice and the sound and the song that comes from the parent to the child when it's in distress, or if it's hungry or it's crying, it can literally put it to sleep. And so again, that's another way the power of sound is so incredibly apparent to all of us. And it's been with us ever since we were tiny, right? And sound and music and even drumming and singing has been a very ancient method that we've probably had since the dawn of time, that all of us can relate to. All of us end up in circles of, whether it's like at a festival or literally a meditation circle or drumming circle, and it's a natural part of all of us. And lullabies and singing has been a very natural healing method for us since birth. So using sound as a form of healing is very powerful with intention. So now let's talk about resonance, okay, what that actually means. So here's resonance defined. Sound is called resonance, the frequency at which an object naturally vibrates. Each part of our body has its own natural resonance. And vibrational medicine is based on that idea that disease is a result of those natural resonances getting out of tune. Interesting, right? Whether due to stress, illness, or environmental factors. So that's kind of taking it into another realm. But we use this language. Like, I have a resonance with that person, or I don't resonate with that. I don't like the way that sounds. We use this in our language. It's, again, kind of tying back into what I was just saying, it's a natural part of our language. It's a natural part of who we are and what we even talk about. And sometimes we don't even realize and have the consciousness around what we're actually saying and the words that we're actually using and what it actually means. So if you think about people, or let's say a culture or groups of people, you'll find a resonance with them, and there will be some people that you won't have a resonance with, or maybe some people that you've had a resonance with, let's say friends or family, and then as you change, as you evolve, you will feel like you have a resonance with them, and then you won't. Okay, I just saw a message from Flailing Moose. Hi, Flailing Moose. So you can donate to me. Thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate that. You can donate to me through Venmo. I can put it in here right now. Let me type it in the text. And if anyone else wants to donate, I so appreciate that. Venmo at Fluidgirl, right there. You can donate that way. Thank you so much, Flailing Moose. I really appreciate that. Love it, getting the support. So, tying back into this, people have resonance, right? So you may resonate. Obviously, we're all resonating together, right? Tonight we're having a talk. We're in the same frequency. We're all interested in this topic. We're all getting something out of it. I'm sharing. I'm wanting to share. My intention is to share and support and hopefully inspire you to work with sound in a different way, of how it brings you more consciousness and awareness to how it affects you physically, and also how people affect you physically. Now, I'm going to take this another fun layer, because if those of you who know me, and if you're new to me, welcome. My name is Fluidgirl. I am a dancer, performer, sound healer, DJ, all in all performer, basically. And I used to take acting classes, and I used to do improv. I was a part of an improv group for a while. I loved improv so much because it really was all about games and fun and play, but you could really learn a lot about yourself and where your limitations were. But we would do these fun practices, and in this style of training called physical theater too, it's kind of tied into improv, where you would create sounds with your body, like how you feel. Like if you felt happy, what does that sound like? You'd go, beep, ah, whip, whoop. You can find these sounds just in their element of play, and how you actually feel. Like if I'm sad, I'm going to be like low vibrations, right? So that can even show you on the scale of frequency where you are. So if you want to do a fun game, like if you have kids, that might actually do this with my daughter, which would be kind of fun. You can talk to them like, what's your sound today? How do you sound? Or what's your emotion? Okay, right now I feel scared. What's that sound? You can play to get your kids involved if you have children, or you can actually do this for yourself just for fun. You can just say, okay, today I'm feeling this feeling, and what does that sound frequency sound like? And if you're wanting to change that frequency, you can say, well, right now I'm feeling low, I'm feeling depressed, or I'm feeling angry. Find that sound, and okay, now if I were to be happy, how would that sound like? And then you can start to play with that in your body and move around, okay? So there's many ways that you can change your own frequency and use sound as a healing method for yourself through the idea of play, through the idea of consciousness. And we, again, tapping back into what I was just saying, we have a resonance, we have a sound, we have a frequency. And this is bringing me back to a memory that I had with my friends. When I was in 2011, I sold every item to my name. I had 2 boxes left. I mean, everything to my name. And I went to Europe with my sister. We both did this together. We were gone for 4 months, and then we came back, and we came back to the city and San Francisco. And our friends hadn't seen me for a while, and it was so funny. I was so free at that time. We were kind of playing around with the idea, like, okay, what's your sound? What do you sound like? And some people would sound like a bubbles, other person would sound like a blah, blah, blah. And we were playing with this idea then. And again, this is a really fun way to explore what your resonance is. And sometimes you'll be a certain resonance for quite some time. And then other times You're going to be high, you're going to be low. It's the beauty of reality. It's the beauty of life. So try not to be hard on yourself. If you got a low resonance, or even if you're finding that certain people you don't resonate with anymore, it's okay. It might just be for a certain amount of time. They may come back again when you have another resonance with them, okay? So playing with resonance in this form can be a lot of fun and just another awareness for you around those types of things. Okay, so talking about music too, music is an incredible gift, is it not? I believe that I don't think one person on the planet, I mean, I could be wrong, I will own that totally if I'm wrong, but I don't think one person on the planet is not affected by music, not drawn to music. When I am feeling down, I listen to music. When I'm feeling inspired, I listen to music. We use music for so many methods. And if you think about it, if we bring the element of healing into it, it brings it into an entire different level. Okay? This is why I love sound healing so much, because it really brings the element of cleansing, like someone was saying earlier when I was singing with the bowl, like their soul, they could feel it in their soul. So, you know, this is why I'm so drawn to this work, and also why I love DJing so much is that when you're a DJ, you create a whole entire piece of music. Even if you're playing different songs, it's one layer of a song all combined together, and it has a resonance and it has a frequency. And this is why I love doing this so much, and I really bring a lot of intention in to my DJ sets. I think about what I want to offer people, what I want to share, the music that I'm really inspired by, that I want to uplift, that I want to get some energy moving. Like the last one I did a few weeks ago, it was it was a really intense week, and I'm like, all right, y'all, we're going to get in some hard house, some kind of bang in the house. But I was also playing classic house to kind of get the energy moving, to get people having fun, and people were loving it. So, we obviously all had a resonance. So that's another reason why I love music and the power of it. It's just incredible what we can do with it and what it does for us naturally. And if you're just joining, I'm seeing some new people pop on and off. Welcome, welcome. My name is Fluidgirl. This is Let's Get Spiritual, and we're talking about the power of sound, spiritual talk that I do once a month with different topics. Okay, so let's talk about the way that, which is the heart of this talk really, is about how you can connect more with the way sound affects your body, your emotions, and even your memories, okay? So let's talk about annoying sounds. So what happens to you when you hear an annoying sound? For me, I mean, you can pop this in the comments, and again, this is a 20-second delay, okay, so I won't be able to reply or see your replies within 20 seconds, but I'm patient. Please be patient with me too. So for me, when I hear an annoying sound, my body wants to it just wants to move. It gets itchy. It's sort of like, get me out of here. I just want to exit the premises, right? If I can. If I can't, that's a tough one. I have to sit with that one a little bit longer, right? But annoying sounds, they can repel you. They can be so powerful, they can actually boot you out of a room. They can boot you out of a place. That's the power of sound, okay? And what kind of sounds do you know actually repel you? What kind of music do you know actually repels you? Like, let's say a DJ puts on the song, you're like, oh, hell no, I am out of here. Like, you already know, like, that is not going to be the song that I want to hear, okay? So it's good to have awareness of that if you don't already. And why? Why don't you like that type of music? Why don't you like that type of sound? Is it because it's tied to a memory, tied to a person, tied to an experience? Or is it just something that just doesn't feel good kinesthetically, like physically in your body? Like, for instance, I don't know why this drives me crazy, although I have had a few friends that are like spiritual that tell me it's because of a past life that I had this happen. And even if you do or don't believe in past lives, I do. But when someone is chewing food and I can hear it, okay, yeah. So Brooke is saying, I cringe and get agitated with annoying sounds. Yes, me too. And then Flailing Moose says, I feel the back of my head and neck get hot. Ooh, I love that. I'll have to pay attention to that to me. That might happen for me too. But when I hear chewing, okay, this drives me nuts. I don't know, nothing can drive you crazy unless you give them the keys. You ever heard that joke? Yeah, that means that you give it the power. But, oh, if I hear chewing, like if it's really silent and someone's like, I just want to punch punch that person in the face. I get so annoyed and so upset. I don't know why. I have no reason truly why to feel this way. Or there's certain languages, I don't want to say the language because I don't want to offend anybody, but there are certain types of languages that I just cannot stand hearing. And honestly, I have no reason to feel this way. And I honestly think, like, again, some friends were spiritual teachers, it could be a past life because a certain person that you were in a connection with, they hurt you or they killed you. Who knows? That's why you don't like the sound of chewing or, the sound of the language or whatever. It can go deep. I mean, this is like an infinite portal that we could go down, y'all. But this is some stuff for me that comes up when I hear chewing or a certain language. Okay, and Brooke says, I despise it when people let their cell phones ring forever. I always keep mine on silent or vibrate. In my head, I yell, answer your damn phone. Love that. It's great. We all have our thing, right? Everybody's different. Yeah, chewing. And we're going to be listening to a chewing sound later. We'll see how that affects you. Okay? So yeah, the power of annoying sounds can be really, can have a lot of effects, right? Okay, now let's talk about relaxing voices. So if you hear someone and we're doing a meditation and we're speaking really lightly, it's easy to kind of settle in. It's easy to relax. When people have relaxing voices, it can really bring profound healing effects. Like, the people that do the voiceovers that are that do the voiceover for movies, they have like these epic voices. You just want to keep listening to them because they sound so amazing. Or even spiritual teachers that have really wonderful voices. You just want to keep listening to them because, again, you resonate with them and their voice is very calming and soothing to you. Singers that have voices like that, like for instance, my mom, I was saying earlier, Barbara Streisand was her woman. She loved hearing that woman sing. It was like her healing. So voices, relaxing voices can be really beautiful. And even sound can be ways to, again, we were talking about move energy. It can reduce stress. It can cure depression. It can even cure cancer. That's powerful, right? It can move energy in general. And so what kind of music invites you in? What are you drawn to and why? Have you explored that? Is it because you just like the way it literally sounds, or does it bring good memories? Does it have good feelings? It's just, a fun way to practice your awareness around sound and how it can affect you and why you're drawn to it. And in certain days, you'll be drawn to other types of music because you're in a certain mood or resonance. You're like, oh yeah, I'm really resonating with that sound or that type of music. That really makes sense to me. Like, for instance, when I was 16 years old, or was it 16? Maybe even 14. I was listening to headbanging music. Would I be doing that now? No. But when I was 14, 15, 16, I was totally into that. I was like headbanging with my friends, listening to Guns N' Roses and Primus, all of those guys, even Rage Against the Machine. I don't know if you guys are in my era. I'm in the mid-70s, born in the mid-70s, but Rage Against the Machine, when I was in my 14, 15, 16, I was like, Rage! So, again, that's what I was resonant with at the time. But am I there now? No. But was I there then? Yes. Okay? So these are different ways you could look at your life and, when you were in your teens, what were you listening to? Why do you think you were listening to it? Was it because of the group of people that you were hanging out with, or because you were actually feeling that way? It was what was going on with you and your family and school. It's really just nice to kind of backtrack and to see why you were drawn to that music and what it did for you, how it didn't work for you, how it did, who were you resonating with at that time, and what was behind that? What was the feeling? Like for me, one of the things that I really loved was when I first started going to raves in the 90s, and I had just come out of that like Rage Against the Machine time, and that kind of headbanging, or they called it alternative music back then. I got into raves in the 90s, and it was because that time in my life, dancing was coming back to me. I was wanting to dance, and it came back, and I loved it. I loved the music. I loved the vibe. It was kind of like, for me, in my description of it, it was like, back then it was like plur, peace, love, unity, and respect. That's what it was. And it was like the era of the 60s, but in the 90s, it was like the hippie, everybody getting together, you know, wearing their rave gear, listen to electronic music and dancing. It was just a huge time for me to be very expressive, connect with people that were very loving. Like everyone, I used to go around as a little raver. I would give people little lollipops and gum, and you know, you'd give them little candy little bracelets. They were like these little plastic colored bracelets. God, it's so funny. Like that time in my life was so great. I will never forget it though. It, you know, created me to be who I am today. And honestly, that's how I got my name, Fluidgirl. Was I used to do these type of dance back in the day in Atlanta, Georgia, where I went to raves, called Liquid. And it was this, which in the popping community, I'm a street dancer, you call it waving, right? But then I didn't know. I was just doing this thing called Liquid. And this is how I got my name, was Fluidgirl, because I had glow sticks. And I was so good at them that people would come up to me and they're like, oh my God, you're that girl, that Fluidgirl. And it stuck. Okay, so that's how I got my name. So I love my rave days. But that music for me was so resonant. I remember I would just close my eyes to some of the music that was played at that time and just get lost. And I had such a resonance with the vibe at these events, these old warehouse parties. Yes, Raven Jen, plur, baby, plur. Yeah, I'll read your quotes real quick in just a second, Raven Jen. But yeah, it was just a beautiful time for me to let go and just to be free and be connected with all the people that were in the same resonance and the vibe of the music and the atmosphere and the DJs. Like, it was just so inspiring. And I kept going back and kept going back, and I kept getting better dancer. And then I started dancing on the stage with DJs. It was so crazy what happened to me later on in life with all of this. And now I became a performer and a dancer after that, you know, so it all led me somewhere. So these times, if you go and look back at them and you track back, like, okay, now where was I going at that time? What helped me? You know, why was I drawn to that music? How did it help me? What was I in resonance with? How did it affect my body physically? I literally, y'all, would close my eyes and I would get lost. Like, I would become one with everything. That's how powerful the music was, how powerful the resonance of the sound was, the environment, the people. It was so incredible. So if you think about that time for you, whatever it was, you know, if for you it was raves or not, or whatever genre, why was it so powerful for you? Why was it healing? Why was it uplifting? And even the times that weren't, why was that not working for you? What did it make you feel like? Like when I was listening to headbanging music, I was in a really intense time in my life. I was really having a hard time. And that music kind of helped me move the energy with the headbanging. But raves for me were like the thing that like just completely opened my heart and, you know, just made an incredible impact in my life. So going back to Raven Jen, she said, electronic music can make me feel lighter in my body and allow me to close my eyes and feel and see a white light energy. Ooh, I love that. You get almost like a psychic frequency connection with the music. And again, that's the power of sound. Some people can close their eyes and see sound. There's a type of I don't know what it's called. It's called an ability. I'm going to call it an ability. It's called, and again, I have a program that I run with my DJing. It's this visual program. It's called synesthesia. But this is an actual thing that people can see sound. They can see colors. They can see vibrations. Wouldn't that be freaking incredible? I'm sure it'd be hard for people to, you know, deal with if they're not used to that. But it's something that's called synesthesia, where they can actually see sound, and when music comes up, they see the frequencies of it. So Raven Jen, maybe you're tapping into that a little bit. How cool. Maybe you can enliven that a little bit more, or awaken it rather. And then she said, and that's why I call myself Raven, and the elation from the raves. Oh, that's great. We all have history. We all have the reasons why our names are called this way or whatever. So that's really cool. Thank you for sharing that, Raven Jen. All right. So, okay, now we're going to do something really fun. Okay, we are going to now, I'm going to pull up some songs. Okay, now this is your discovery and your exploration. They're going to be different genres of music. We're just going to listen to it for maybe, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. Close your eyes, feel into the music, see which ones, feel a certain way, and I will tell you what it is after we listen to it. And so I may skip ahead to some of the, if it's like a song, I may skip ahead into like the meat of it, okay? But this is going to be your chance to explore how sound feels kinesthetically in your body. So when you're sitting in it, with your eyes closed, when I play the sound or the song, start to feel in your body like what happens. What happens with your mood? If you want to go into resonance, does it bring your resonance up? Does it bring it down? What any memories come up for you? Anything that kind of pops into your field. Physically, how you feel, okay? This is an awareness process and project, a discovery, okay? So let's give it a try. So I'm going to turn this song off. That was a meditation song. And so everybody go ahead and get quiet for a minute. I'll just guide you into some quietness for one moment. So take a few deep breaths. And if you're just joining, welcome. This is Fluidgirl for Let's Get Spiritual. We're practicing right now, listening to sound and see how it affects our body. Music, different sounds. And I'll tell you what the song was or the sound was and the genre after I play it, okay? So take a few deep breaths and just get connected with your body. Okay. So I'm going to play the first song now, and just pay attention to how you feel.
I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running. Saved by the sound of a pin-found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country.
Woo! Hello, God's country. That was Blake Shelton, God's country. Obviously, that is country music. So, again, I would love to hear what happens to some of you all if you want to share. And again, there's a 20-second delay, so pop it in the comments. Let me know what came up for you, what happened, how did your body feel, okay? And just take a deep breath. Exhale that out. Okay, so now this is an actual sound, okay? Now, just so you know, I did pull this off the internet, so it's not going to be super clear. It's going to sound like, it's downloaded off the internet, so pay attention to how that sound might affect you too. But just, again, this is a sound, and I'll tell you what it is after. And it's going to be looped because it's super short, okay? Here we go. One more time. All right, that was fingernails on a chalkboard. I don't know how that all sounded for you, but it doesn't matter. It's all about the sound and the frequency. Okay, so Brooke said, it seemed too loud at first, but when I'm in the mood for country, I can enjoy it. Yes, I love it, Brooke. Yes, you get your country on, girl. Okay, yeah, it might be a little loud, so I'll turn it down a little bit so it's not too crazy loud for you all. Okay, the next one is another sound. Okay, so take a deep breath. Exhale out the last one. All right, and then I'll tell you what this is afterwards. This one's going to loop again. One more time. Ooh! That was static. Yeah, for me, I could literally almost feel like a chill going up my back. Ugh. Yeah, Brooke said, yuck for nail scraping. Give me the heebie-jeebies. Hey, static too. Oof. I know, it's yucky, isn't it? Oh, God. But this is the power of sound, okay? So we're going to listen to a few more. This is really fun. Okay, so take a deep breath. Exhale out those sounds we've heard so far. Just send it out of your body. Now, I think you all will like this one a little bit better. And again, so I did download this one from the internet, so it may not be super, super clear, but just take a listen, okay? Here we go. That was supposed to be rain. It kind of sounds a lot like the static again. So hopefully you all got some rain feeling from that. Raven Jen said static, muscles tightening. Oh yeah. Oh, no fun. Yeah, I literally felt like heebie-jeebies. I was like, oh God. Okay, we're going to do another one. So that last one was rain. Hopefully you guys got some relaxing, calming energy from that. Okay, I think you'll like this one too. Hopefully. You never know, though. Everyone's different. Okay, so I will tell you what this is afterwards. So take a deep breath. We're going to blow out whatever that was, all those other sounds. So we kind of get that yucky stuff out of our body that we kind of maybe have gotten woken up by the other sounds. All right, so here's the next one. This is kind of like a like a song-ish, okay? And here we go. So that was an Om meditation. And we were talking about this earlier. The sound of Om is the sound of earth, the sound of grounding, connecting with our planet. Very old, ancient, toning, chanting sound. How did that work for you all? Let me know. All right, and now we have another one. This is a sound. It's not a song. And if you're just joining, this is Fluidgirl for Let's Get Spiritual. We're talking about the power of sound, and we're playing different songs, different sounds to see how it affects our body. So we have our eyes closed, and we're just kind of tuning in as I'm playing each one so you can see how it feels kinesthetically or any emotions come up, and people are sharing in the comments, so please do if you want to join. And Brooke says, rain and ocean sounds I love. I also really dig fire crackling noises. Yes, me too. Those three always relax me. The Om song with the birds is delightfully peaceful. Oh, right. Great. I love that you guys are giving this feedback. This is wonderful. Okay. So now here is the next sound. And let's take a deep breath and just release anything else we want to let go of before the sound comes in, so we can prepare to be the receptacle for this one. Okay, here we go. I was trying to be quiet. I was trying to die and laughing because if I heard this, I'd be like, ah! So obviously that was chewing sound effects. How was that for you all? Oh God, I would be punching someone in the face. Okay. Oh, what goodness. What is this one? Hold on, let me listen to this one really quick before I play it for you guys. Okay, that's not what I want to play. Okay, I have this one. Good thing I listened to that one because it wouldn't have been anything. Brooke. Yep, that was nasty. Totally. Oh, the chewing thing. It just gets me every time. Oh, okay. Anyway, moving on. Here is a song. It is a certain genre. Okay, so I will play this. I'm going to move it into the middle of the song a little bit. Okay, so let's just take a deep breath. And exhale out that chewing sound. Let that go. All right. And now I'm not going to turn this up too loud because it's probably going to be loud. Okay. I'll turn it up kind of midway so you guys can hear it. Okay. All right. So here comes the next song, and then I'll tell you the genre when we are finished. Here we go. Close your eyes and just pay attention to how you feel.
There are cracks in the road we lay, but where the devil fell, the secret have gone mad. This is nothing new, but when we kill it all, the hate was all we had. Who needs another mess? We could start over. Just look me in the eyes and say I'm wrong.
Oh, yeah. Bringing back some memories for me. That was Slipknot. And that is considered like death metal, not death metal, I say death metal is a little more intense, but that's like heavy metal, okay? So how did that feel? Let me know. That kind of music, I didn't listen to Slipknot, but music kind of like that when I was in my early teens, between like 14 to 16. Again, I was going through a super tough time and just feeling angry and just feeling ragey. That's why I was listening to Rage Against the Machine during that time. So that's what that music feels like to me. The memories, right? They bring up memories, that type of thing. Okay. So now we're going to have two more that we're going to end you with. And you can see how these feel as well. Totally broken. Heavy metal brings up anger for me too. And memories. Okay. You guys can share too, like if there's any memories that come up for you around this stuff. Because, man, it's again, the power of sound, right? Okay. So here's another one. Let me know how you feel from this one. Okay, so again, deep breath. I'm going to release this of the heavy metal music. Imagine it going out of your body into the ethers to be dispersed. Okay, so here is the next song. Song sounds same thing. Okay, so here we go. Sorry, that was a bit loud. Let me turn it down. Those are called koshi chimes, which I have some in my repertoire of sound healing. Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, much nicer. Makes me feel like I'm in a Japanese garden. I love that. Cool imagery you got there. Again, the power of sound. It can bring up imagery, memories. It can send you off into portals, make you see colors, you know. Oh, bye, Raven Jen. I didn't see that. You're leaving. I love you. Thank you for being here, and please come back. So, yeah, those are called koshi chimes. That's the sacral center, the very base of your spine. That's what it heals. So I love koshi chimes. They're so amazing. They just have such a lullaby to them. Okay, and then last one. Okay, so deep breath. Exhale it out. Let go of anything that got lit up in your field around any of that stuff. Let it all go. Bye-bye. Okay. Now, here is the next one. And pay attention. This is the last one. Pay attention to how you feel. Okay, here it comes. What'd you think of that one? Feels like I'm about to meditate. It's floaty and ethereal. Yes, that was me. That was me singing and toning. And I use my little voice modifier. It has it's a sound that's called large plate. Okay, so when I sing, I have that clicked on, and I'll give you an example like this. Hello, my name is Fluidgirl, and I talk like this. I hope you don't mind. See how this makes you feel when I talk. I gave you a little English accent too. I don't know why. That just came through. But yeah, that was me singing. That was me singing, and I wanted to share it with you all. So thank you for listening. Oh, thanks, Brooke. Oh, 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 yes, I sing. I like to sing. This is what I do in my sound healing. Oh, I realized I didn't play any drumming for you. Aye. Okay. We'll do a little bit of drumming for you. Okay. Just see how you guys feel with some drumming. Oh, my drum's very low. It's got a little softness to it, but you can still hear it. Yes, buffalo skin all day long. Okay, and if you're going to be coming to my sound healing on Saturday, you're going to get this baby, you're going to get this baby, you're going to get my voice and some other sound tools I have in my repertoire, like crystal sound bowls, chimes, koshi chimes, other things. So how did your body feel with drumming? Fun, right? So this has been a talk on the power of sound, and it sounds like you all had an effect, were affected in many different ways, through imagery, through feelings, through emotions, memories. Yes, Brooke, drumming is a great way to awaken the divine within. I once did a firewalk to live drums. Yes! Oh, so beautiful. Yeah. And this is what people have been doing for centuries, you know, drumming, singing, circles, singing together, harmonizing, chanting. You know, when I went to Thailand years ago, I went into a Buddhist temple, and there were tons of Buddhists chanting, and tears were just streaming down my face. And I'm like, I don't know what is happening to me right now. It felt so familiar. Either, again, I have a belief in past lives, and if you don't, that's great, but it's just a story I like to share around it. I felt like there was some resonance coming up for me around a time I was a Buddhist, or I had been, something came up for me. I mean, tears were just streaming down my face. I'm like, this chanting, it felt so familiar, so healing. It was incredible, okay? And another quick story that I have around how sound has so much power is when I was in psychic school, we had this thing that was called psychic church. And back in the day, I didn't want to have anything to do with church because I had some bad experiences growing up in Georgia. It was very Bible Belt-y for me, and it was, you know, there was a lot of negative things that happened to me in the realm of church, and I don't have anything against church. It's just for me and my experiences, they weren't really helpful or really supportive to me. And so when I went to psychic church, I really had to make myself go there. And it was actually one of the requirements to go during the clairvoyant program. And I was sitting in my first psychic church, and everyone was in there meditating while they were preparing for the church to come in. And it was like a psychic church. It was really cool. Like, they was going to do mediumship and stuff. It was like badass. So I was sitting in one of the pews and just quietly meditating. And they had these chimes. It was like ding. And it just came up, just a few things, and I literally had a picture pop in my face, not on my face, but, you know, when I was meditating, a psychic picture of a lifetime where I was a monk. And I had these bad things happen to me, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to have much, quote-unquote, resonance with church energy. And it helped me move that energy out of my body, just this environment and a chime. That's how powerful it was. But again, this was in a psychic world, doing psychic training. So of course things like this would be happening. But it helped me understand like another layer, like why I had issues. And it was from another lifetime. So this is me in my world. If this happens for you too, awesome. It may not happen for everybody in this way, but it did for me. And yeah, it was really, again, another idea of the power of sound and how it can move energy, awaken things, help you have a better understanding of why you are drawn to certain things, to certain situations, have resonance with certain people, that type of thing. So yeah, the power of sound. And I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight and being in resonance together. And if you're in the Bay, I am going to be doing a sound healing at Yoga Flow in San Francisco on April 17th. It's on a Sunday. I will have all my sound equipment. I'm going to be singing. I might even be going around to the people in Shavasana and some of the poses and doing actual sound healing on them where I use my voice. I haven't cleared it with the person I'm going to be doing the sound healing with. That's one of my intentions. So if you want to come to that, you're going to get a really amazing healing because this work is very powerful. And it's with an amazing yoga teacher. And yeah, we're going to be teaming up and doing some sound together again. So if you're in San Francisco, you don't want to be up in Sonoma County, that's a way that you can connect with me and do some sound healing together and we can resonate together. But if you want to come to my Sonoma one, or actually it's in Sebastopol, it's sold out, which is exciting. But I might be able to fit in a person or two. I might be able to squeeze you in. So if you are interested, just send me a message at grovecirclehealing@gmail.com. Okay? But in the meantime, I'm so happy that you all came. And I am also, one more announcement, that I am going to be doing a workshop on dreams at this incredible festival called All Day I Dream. It's house music, deep house music. It's going to be in, oh God, what is the name of that area? Woodward Park or something? Look it up online, All Day I Dream Festival. It's in May. And I'm going to be doing some sound healing there in the wellness area, as well as a workshop on dreams, because it is All Day I'm Dream. I'm going to be doing a dream workshop. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I might even be playing music, DJing, but I haven't cleared it yet. It's in the works. So fingers crossed. We'll see, but we'll see how that goes. But come to that if you can. It's going to be an incredible festival. Amazing deep house music, just incredible people, good vibes. They're going to have a sauna in the wellness area. Amazing. And there's on a beautiful camping ground. There's a lake. It's beautiful there. So check it out. I hope you can come. But in the meantime, thank you all again for being here. It was such a pleasure and honor to serve you tonight for the Power of Sound with Let's Get Spiritual. So I hope to see you on Thursday. I am streaming not tomorrow, but the next day, same channel, twitch.tv/Fluidgirl. And if you just joined tonight, thank you for watching and listening. Smash follow so you can be a part of my Let's Get Spiritual talks, know when I pop on. And my DJ sets, one this Thursday. Please come. They're called Fluidity. Right there. Oh, wrong. Point my finger the wrong way. Right there. It's hard to tell. But yeah, please come. So I loved serving you all tonight, and I hope that you got a lot out of this, and I loved being in resonance with you. All right, everyone, take good care. Have a great evening. Again, thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the future and maybe on Thursday for Fluidity. All right, everyone, good night.